And they've thrown it to Tikhonov, fellow back row forward. He's the player to burst through. Good variation of tactics, keeps England thinking. Bichkov under pressure and intercepted by Vicky Skinner. Skinner, has he the pace to get there? Voropaev covers, across comes Sorokin. Good tackle, good breakout. What's the England support like? Teague is there. And possession comes, should be an overlap if they swift with it. Hodgkinson to OT. OT for the corner. He'll get round, I think, he's in. Chris OT. Marks his return to Twickenham the best possible way. Great work by Skinner, and what good support from Gary Rees. You'll notice the number 7 and number 8 were first in there to make sure that Skinner's efforts weren't wasted. Then it was a matter of stretching it wide. That's what Hill managed to do. Good support with Guscott in the middle, Hodgkinson looming to try and make the extra man if needed, but he wasn't. As Oti took on Kupraman and showed him a clean pair of heels. Great score. Bichkov pumps it up high, not quite enough forward momentum. Moore tidies up. Hill away. Andrew, Carling, Guscott, could be an overlap. He's using the extra man. It's Underwood now against Voropaev. Wouldn't fancy that battle, but it's a good effort by the fullback. He's half stopped him, enough to allow the support to come in. Follow up by Andrew, Hill, Paul Ackford. Brave cover by the Soviet defence, but they're going to be stretched again now. Carling, surely the easiest one of all for Guscott. The dummy sold, he strides home, had to 23 minutes, and eventually the thrust and counter-thrust, first one way across the field and then the other, proved just too much. And Guscott home, good try.
Excellent ball won there by England. The Soviets are all over the place here after that run by Rory Underwood. That's a brilliant catch by Guscott, and really, given half a yard, nobody's going to stop him.
Yes, the graft had been done, and here the superb bit of handiwork by Jerry Guscott. Hodgkinson will want this to steady his nerve. No mistake. So his first successful kick back on this track, and England into double figures. So England with the greater amount of ball from the line-outs. Carling. Yet dominant, though, in the forward phase. Building. From Guscott straight to OT. Good acceleration. Tripped on the long grass by the look of it. Back goes Hill. Guscott again. There's so much pace in this back division. They can really vary the plays with ease. Mironov in trouble. Thank you very much, says Rory Underwood. Well, were it a full international, it would be try number 29, but won't count in the record books, but will do him very nicely and increase England's lead to a hat-trick of tries. 14 points to 0. 30 minutes played.
Suddenly the Russian defence doesn't seem quite so sound, and not for the first time the high kick is what is causing all the problems. Although in the past Mironov has been calmness itself, on this occasion it's he who makes the last error, which allows Rory Underwood to extend his English try-scoring record.
Relief for England to get away with the scrummage, and in their favour. Mike Teague, Hill, inside pass to Andrew. It's a good move, that the back feed. Underwood away, scorching home, and this time under the posts for his second try, and that was a perfectly executed blindside play. Well, this is one of the favourites. Scrum half outside, setting up the position, then the inside pass with the fly half, creating that extra line of attack inside, and then the, well, it's Underwood, end of story. It's up to 20 points then. it's Hodgkinson. Conversion number 3. Pressure on Zakaliu. And a penalty it is.
Obstruction off the ball there. Will Carling taken as he was about to jump to challenge for that high kick.
Well, the confidence grows. England go for the tap penalty. Gary Rees quickly down though by Ogrishkov. Only for an instant replay, so to speak. In front of the posts. And little Sikic, 3 conversions. He's had a couple of early misses, but makes no mistake. And of course, that's his great asset. And I wonder what the thoughts are of his keenest rival, Jonathan Webb, who displaced the Grand Slam fullback on the tour of Australia and Fiji. Bishkov on the 22, still Soviet Union going forward. This is the unmistakable Molchanov. It's there again. It needs the tallest man in the side, Sergeyev, against England's almost tallest Paul Ackford. The scrum half rivalry then. On the 22. Last, England via Hill and Andrew. Guscott just stops, accelerates and goes. Oh, what a tackle by Vonopayev. Carling in support. Good work too by Mironov. That looked a certain try. Splendid effort. Hodgkinson's in some bother, but here's Andrew, still play. Underwood forced out. Great try-saving work by the Soviet Union. Lovely, really, for a run-in try on the outside. Look at the support he had there. Thought he'd go himself. Perhaps a little casual. It's a good pass in the tackle, but by that time the defence had been allowed to regroup sufficiently to keep England out. Simon Hodgkinson. Sort of thing that even his worst enemy would push on him. It seemed just to happen in a chance incident. Scored if he hadn't fallen over. Hill, Andrew, Carling. Play goes on. Oti on the drive, the crash ball up the middle. Held 10 metres out. Some great Soviet defence again. One has to give them credit here. Hill, Rob Andrew, the chip for Pears and Guscott. Cross comes Gomashkin. Covers there. Well, this is always a major work. Momentarily, Underwood to Moore. Got into play, but Zakaliu could come across the cover. Rob Andrew, Guscott. Fluency's not there. It was all a bit static, but set up by the pack in front of the posts. Rob Andrew just got Oti out there. Decides that's not enough. Brings it back to Skinner as England thrust again. Looked high on Oti. Survived it all right. Didn't make the line. Oti from the narrow side. Rob Andrew, that was a bit classy. Carling, Guscott this time. So the end of a fairly long, extended period of frustration. 12 minutes of the second half before a first score of the period.
It takes so many Soviet defenders to stop it here that there's bound to be an overlap. Great little touch by Rob Andrew. That's more like it. Excellent timing of the pass by Will Carling, and Guscott in the clear. That's far more like it.
Invariably first man to the breakdown, and will no doubt put pressure on Winterbottom to hold his England place. This is Carling. Skinner in support. He's more straight thud and blunder. Hill puts pressure on his opposite number. Bichkov bravely hangs on. It's no fun playing behind a losing pack, but Bichkov is a great little performer, really gritty. Sorokin, good kick. Sorokin still there. Gonyakin. Sergei Boldakov then with a chance for his rugby team's moment of history. First points or not? Sadly, no. By Ogriskov. What a pick-up by Andrew. This is Simon Halliday. Smother tackle was effective. Pears chasing. Now it's Underwood. Looks and wants for a third try. They drive him to the line, but the touch is given. Get the wheel in motion again. Long to Skinner, drop down, score. Well, there was no doubt in the mind of touch judge or referee that it was or wasn't straight enough, and Mickey Skinner, once the clean catch, had only to fall.
Yeah, it's an old tactic, the two-man line out, try and throw long, but really Mickey Skinner reads it so easily. Perhaps you need to try something a little bit more innovative nowadays.
Rob Andrew. Backup kicker to Webb/Hodgkinson. And into the 30s. England move. 35 points. And certainly plenty for a very reasonable crowd to enjoy. What style. Carling to OT.
Again, as you said, it's so near.
Andrew, Simon Halliday. On the loop is Andrew. Good turn of speed, good covering back. Carried on in turn by Rory Underwood, but the ball had gone forward.
Perfectly frank, no. I just think that they're not quite ready for the All Blacks yet.
Ackford and Dooley. Ackford at the front. Hill's pass diverted by a Soviet hand. That of Tikhonov again. It's Andrew on the counter. Floats it, but doesn't fall kindly. That's a knock-on. Advantage played, but none. Kicks one man out. See how he manages usually, as then, to get himself on the right side of the ball to make it available. This is Andrew. All a bit individualistic, though. And offside, the Soviet Union in front of the posts. Tap penalty, Halliday to Teague. Once again, brave defence, but not exactly the slickest and most impressive England penalty efforts. Gary Rees. The follow-up by Mickey Skinner. Over the 40-point mark. Trying to wind up the Pack's effort. Rob Andrew. Zakaliuk, who's adjusted to full back. Triumvirate in the officiating roles. And to in fact be refereeing England's second game. England still in their 22. David Pears, nice run from him. Simon Halliday, back to OT. England will have the final flourish. OT all the way. Scored the opening try and rounds off the match with the last. And that has brought the crowd to their feet. Tremendous run from OT. He really has the pace that England will need in the games to come. And when it started from their own 22, there has to be satisfaction when the score's at the other end.
Yes, and it still required David Pears to break out of a tackle when there seemed to be no penetration before that. Having done that, though, good play. Halliday, that's good. He carries the ball high, which means he can easily pass the ball out of the tackle. Then it's pure pace, and Chris Oatey, as he did in the third minute, finishes off the game with a try based on his own pace.
From the touchline, what a spectacular finale. 47 points on the board. This time it's Underwood in on the act. Pairs again. And still, 5 metres out. Teague held up. Rob Andrew. What? 2 in a row. 1 on the summer tour. 1 now at Twickenham. And that perhaps has really added a bit of icing to the cake. And remember, no one here has seen in Britain Rob Andrews score a try in an England jersey. This time he did, even if it's not an official international.
At long last, England taking full advantage of running against a very, very tired defence. That's good straight running. Good change of pace there by Halliday. Inside pass, good vision all round. Underwood looking industrious. Gary Rees going on the floor there. I wish he wouldn't go over the top so much at these rucks. But this is David Pearce. Ever since he came on, he's certainly looked a little livewire. Mike Teague in support. That's excellent play by England. Excellent support play all round.
The conversion over by Andrew. 53 points it was. So, on balance, a lot of good things for England. For the Soviet Union, no particular glory in denied any points, but they have enjoyed an historic occasion. They gave a worthy effort, and England march on towards their goal, convincingly home on this one, 53-0.